All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Free Daily Coaching. We are doing a week of goals, and today we're doing goals in review. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Dale over today, and I'm going to give everyone an opportunity today to go and check something out, just as a preliminary walkthrough, or a handful of you, let's say. And tomorrow, when we conclude the goal setting series, we will actually go through the entire process of just a little bit of what I'm gonna give you guys access to at the end of the call. A few of you guys today to one of the projects that I've been working on that we talked about on Monday. So tomorrow we'll go through the entire breakdown of that and what that looks like. And then today what I'll do is I'll give everyone a sneak peek, right? And we'll do a screen share, and then this afternoon. So if you're a member of Friends of Free Daily Coaching already, then and you want to just mess around today and check it out, I'll give a few of you guys access to the new site, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then we'll check in with Dale and see goals in review. So I want to show you guys in real time one of the projects that we've been working on is the new Free Daily Coaching site. So we're setting it up as a membership site so that everyone can come and visit. And when you land on Free Daily Coaching now, as it is, you have to go from there, from that website, over to the YouTube channel to actually access all the videos, and then you have to go to a whole nother page, right, to be able to see the Friends of Free Daily Coaching offer. Well, this gives it to everyone right all in one area, and so everyone that came here will have access to the Free Daily Coaching. This is the current episodes, and I'll have to go in and just make sure that this gets updated, because I got to add like the last 2 weeks or the last week or so on here. But it literally just clicks through from here and it takes you right to the playlist. So this is the first one. So I just have like the first 12 uploaded. So you can see this was day 1, and then you could just go through day 2, day 3. Yeah, so that's it. Day 3, day 4. This is taking me, this is different over here. These are the lessons. So I'll have to shore this one up. So this is just the current episodes, and we can go from episode to episode. And then if I go back, let me go back. Oh, let me just go to the home. And as you guys can see, we're just finishing it off. So that's the original episodes. And then this right here, or this is the current episodes, and then here is the originals, right? So this is like currently, if you went into the members area now, you would see the archived area. And so these are the very original sessions. So this is the very first session where we did the very first uncut 555 method, and then all the sessions all the way through. So right now I have it set in the thumbnail view so I can add the numbers. I just numbered them like this, so I could put placeholders. So I could put the numbered pictures in like we have currently, and then down where it says the number here, we'll put in the description so you could see exactly what it is all about. And then, we can change it up and change it over here so that you can put it in a list view, and you could go through when you're finished and you've watched that episode. If you want, you can go ahead and check that off. So that's a fun little feature. Then you'll have the register for the Free Daily Coaching over here, so that people that are not registered, bam, they could get registered for Free Daily Coaching right over here. So in the back here, we'll have the current episodes. We'll have the Friends of Free Daily Coaching originals. We'll have the reboot sessions that we've had. So we'll have the reboot 2.0 sessions will be added back here that you'll have access to. And then we'll just start adding other accessibility points. When we do a product or we have a service or something that we recommend, we'll either put a banner over here on the side, or up on the top here we'll put a toolbar We'll add all of the PDFs and any downloadable materials for you guys in a download section, so you'll have access to that. So this is what it looks like, and this is what we're building out. And it just took a bit of time, because what had to happen was we had to take all of the URLs, right, all of these unlisted videos, and then get them moved over to this site. So we had to record them all, and then we had to get them all actually transferred over. So to make a actual page for each one of these, and then get the embed code and put it over. So it took a little bit of time, and that's why we wanted to show you that. That's exactly why we set this week up like this, so that you could see, hey, some of these projects, some of the goals that you may have, the LoRa, the list of required actions that you're going to have, it might be a long list, right? So some of the projects are going to, based on your original estimate, like let's use Dale's example. Dale was making a 7-day goal. Well, because she was using a specific number, she could divide it out and figure out, okay, this is the average that I need to acquire per day to reach that goal. But let's say that that wasn't the goal, wasn't a specific number. Let's say the goal for Dale was, let's just make a totally different goal. Let's say the goal was for her to build out a blog and a website that generated 7 leads a day on autopilot. So to do that, what would that look like, right? So she'd have to go in and write down that list of required actions for building a website that gets leads on automatic. So that means that she'd have to have the entire website build out done, the SEO portion done, right? Like, are all of the required things that are part of that. So for example, in her list of required actions, she would have to write, like, what's her keywords, right? So she'd have to do the keyword research. She'd have to know what her keywords were. She'd have to assign her categories. She'd have to go in and like do the on-page SEO for each page for the website, right? If that was part of the strategy, then let's say that if that was part of her strategy, she's going to have ads along the side to promote things. Well, then she needs the graphics for all of those. She needs to have the links for all of those, right? Like, all of this is a list of that is in your list of required actions. These are all things that you're going to have listed out that you're going to require to be able to go build this, because you don't want to be in the middle of it. It would be like being in the middle of building a building, right? Like on a skyscraper, and then all of a sudden you're, 15 floors off the ground, right? 15 stories off the ground. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, we need some more rivets. You're like, dude, we should have brought the whole case of rivets up. And every time we move up a floor, we should be bringing it with us, right? Like, you shouldn't be trying to grab rivets in the middle of while you're putting steel beams together, right? You should already have them. So you shouldn't be trying to go out and get your graphics and find your links when you're building something. You should already have those listed out on a spreadsheet. Those should already be in a file ready to go, so that it's just click, 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 click. But that's not how we're being taught, or that's not how most people are being taught. And that's not how, so then that's not how they're behaving. They're just piecemealing things in here and there. And that does not work. And it's been proven over and over and over again by thousands of people that have just done things half-assed, right? Halfway through, and then they just quit because it's too hard. They don't remember where they were. They're not, everything's not clicking. So they just give up and they move to something else. So in this, yesterday we talked about this, and I'm going to go over it briefly because I'm going to really go into this more tomorrow when I give you when you see the entire breakdown. And I probably, instead of doing it on the whiteboard tomorrow, I'll put it in an actual PDF, right? I'll put it on a sheet so that we can share screen and you can see the LoRa. And so yesterday I was jokingly making this joke about how LoRa is so important and who is she, right? And we said we're going to talk to Dale, but we're going to talk about LoRa and how important she is. And LoRa is really the acronym for the list of required actions, right? That's LoRa. And this is absolutely mission critical. So when you sit down, you're going to sit down and you're going to write out, you're creating LoRa every single time, right? For each project. So you sit down and you start to write out, okay, this is what this is what Laura is made of, right? This is what it is. So you sit down and you write out those activities. And what I would do personally is, okay, so we always talk about the end being the beginning. So if we're, right? So when we want to start a project, we have to say, well, what's the end result? What's the goal that we want to get to? And then we'll work backwards from there, right? So if we've done that, right, in our mind, if we've written down what the goal is, now all we have to do for our Laura is start writing it down. It's just getting it from our mind to the paper. So we have the goal, which is written down that we want to have a weekly product integrated with the affiliate training, right? Each week, right? We want to integrate that into the Friends of FDC VIP coaching that we do. We want to integrate that so that becomes a weekly product and that it's affiliated so that the members that are there or that are part of it, whether they're there or they get the recording, they would receive it free, and that they could then make a percentage if they went out and promoted it, right? So we wanted to add that in. That was a new goal. Okay, so that's the end goal. The end goal is I want to have each week be a product. Okay, so that's on my part. I've got to plan it out a little bit better and know exactly what the training will be. But however, on the build out that we're building right now on the site, this is what I want to have. I want to set that up so that the affiliate part is already set up and ready to go. So it's just drop, plug and play. So then I wrote some copy, right? The copy of what I wanted, some ideas I have. So then I just have to go in and write what's, starting from backwards, what's the list of required actions that needs to occur to make that happen, right? So and if you may not know all of the steps. So here's some of the challenges that may occur. You may not know all of the steps in the list of required actions. And you may not know because you don't have the experience. So if there's ever a possibility and the opportunity to be able to simply follow someone else's method already, then go with that route. If you can't, if that's not possible, then you're going to make that list of required actions and you're just going to make it on your own. You're going to try and be as thorough as you can based on what you do know. You're going to start from the goal and work your way backwards. So I know that I want to have it integrated with the affiliate. So on the list of required actions, which it's already on the bigger project board of the list of required actions, is to create the affiliate portion of the membership site. So that part is already done, right? So I can look at this list of required actions and go, okay, look, the entire list of required actions for this specific project, because it's part of another project, is literally already done. Like that list has already been created. It's already part of the project list. So in this case, I literally just wrote out some copy and some ideas of how to integrate this into the site. That was all I had to do. So some of the challenges that you're going to have, in addition to not maybe knowing all of the specific actions that will be required to actually get to your goal, which that's free, that's common for most people that are starting something new. The other one is going to be in which order to do the actions, right? In which order do you actually take these actions? And what I propose is that if you work your way from your goal back to the starting point, you're going to have set up your order, right? So you're going to start here at the end at your goal. You're working backwards towards really like the starting point. So when you finish your list, you're going to be able to just sit. Literally, it's like you're writing out your list, and it would be almost like at the very bottom when you wrote that last line. Imagine if the words weren't upside down. You could turn the paper upside down and just start at the last thing you wrote and go down. And you're going to find doing certain things it's just easier. And this is trial and error. This is where the experience part comes in. This is where stepping through your fears to attain the goals that you'd like to attain is going to be powerful. Okay. And the reason that it's going to be powerful is when you actually take these steps, you're going to find out, you're going to determine some of the challenges or some of the orders of operations that are going to be required to occur in a specific order to be able to get the result that you want. That's just the reality. For example, the example that I gave this morning about wanting to have all your graphics, all your links, all of that accessible, until you go and build a site, until you go and do a big project, and all of a sudden you're looking everywhere trying to find things, you don't know, oh, hey, this needs to be organized. I need to have all of this up front and ready before I even start. It would be like a carpenter not filling up his nail bags with different sizes and types of nails and his hammer and different tools and tape measures. It would be like if he just put on empty tool belts and went out to go do the job and then was like, oh, I need nails. And then he went back to the truck and put nails in his pocket. And then he went back and he's like, oh, I need a hammer. And then he walked back to his truck and get his hammer. And then he'd go back to the thing and oh, I need a pair of pliers. And he'd go back, oh, I need double-headed nails. Oh, I need a square. Oh, I need a level, right? He would never get anything done. But if he loaded himself up and all of his tool bags were full and his nail bags were full, he'd be able to go over and just start working. And that's what we want to be able to do. So that's why goal setting is so important. And that's why Laura is our friend, right? That's why Laura should be your best friend, because Laura tells you exactly what you need to do, right? She tells you, hey, this is exactly what you need to do. And usually if you're doing it in the way that I'm showing and you're reverse engineering it, you'll have the order in which that you require to accomplish the tasks. So any questions on this thus far? I'll open up the Q&A really quick, and then we're going to touch base and we're going to finish off by 7:30 this morning, because the last 2 days we did an hour. Cool. Good morning, Ellen. I didn't see Ellen was over this morning, so good morning. All right, I don't see any questions coming over. I opened up the Q&A. All right. All right, let's jump over. I don't see any questions coming over, so if they do, we'll answer them. Let's check in with Dale. Good morning, Dale. Dale, are you with us? We can't hear you. Are you plugged in? All right, good explanation. All right, good.
Here I am.
All right, here she is. All right, good morning, Dale. How are you?
I am absolutely fabulous, but that's because I've got 8 leads.
Right. So is that 8 total?
Yep.
Okay, so this is good. So we went from 3 leads. So let's go back and let's just look really quick at where we're at. So, and you know what? I wish I could do. I wanted to show a visual. So let's just do it over on. We'll do it on a. You know what? We'll do it on a computer paper. Okay. Let me open up a computer paper, and I want to show you guys something. So we started this goal setting on Monday, and we talked about really the process and actually setting up your list of required actions and what that looked like. So that's what got accomplished on Monday for Dale. So let's go ahead and let me try. I'm trying to open up a document here, and let me make it really big so you guys can see it. I'll make them like 96. All right. So let me do a screen. Excuse me. I have hiccups now. Let me do a screen share here. All right. So Dale wanted to get 50 leads in 7 days. Okay. That made a daily, we'll just put an average of 7 leads a day. Right?
Right.
Day 1. So we had day 1. She wrote out her Laura. Okay. And so we got 0 leads. Okay. Day 2. We got 3 leads. Okay. Day 3, 5 leads. Okay. So we increased from day 2 to day 3, we got 5 leads, right? So almost double, not quite double, but almost doubled from day 2 to day 3. Now, let me ask you, Dale, what was the difference of what you did from day 2 to day 3? What did you do differently on day 3 that you didn't do, or that what did you change up between day 2 to day 3 that gave you the difference?
I did 5 by 5 by 5.
Okay,
and
5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. She did 5, 5, 5, 5. She added more 5s. Do you see that?
I know.
Dale's blazing trails. She's adding extra 5s. Okay, so in the 5 leads that you got yesterday, how many of those leads came from 5, 5, 5, and how many came from in the groups?
They all came from 5, 5, 5.
Okay, so they all came from 5, 5, 5. Okay, and approximately, Dale, how much time did you spend doing the 5, 5, 5?
That's the terrible part. I got lost following up on things. I only spent an hour and I got 5 leads.
Okay, perfect. That's a perfect example. Someone write that 723. Well, we know it's at the very beginning, and we'll come back and edit that part out so we can use that, because that's the incredible part. Okay, so this is incredible. You only did it for an hour.
Yes.
Okay, now, and you're just starting, right? You got lost following up. You're just getting started doing this method. If you could get 5 on your very first day in an hour, do you think you could get 5 again today in an hour?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Probably more than 5, right? So this is the secret now. Now you have, let's go show this, because let's show how simple the numbers are here. Let's go back and let me do entire screen and share this. And let me go back and grab this. Okay. So we know that we have 7 days. Okay. We're still right today. We're just on day 4. Okay. We're just on Thursday. So we're just on day 4. Okay. So if we started on 1, 2, 3, and then we got to 4, we would love to have 28 leads, right? That would make us, right? That would make it like super wonderful if we got to a goal of 28 at day 4, right? Okay, so right now we only need 20 leads to do that. That's it. So this is real. We know now, okay, we know now that if you could get 5 leads in an hour, that if you just did this for 4 hours, that you could get caught up. Because 4 times 5 is 20. And 20 added to what you have is 28. And now you'll be at your 7 average. Then tomorrow you could do this for an hour and you could get your 5. And what I propose is this. Do you think by the end of today, if you could get 5 yesterday in an hour, do you think that today you could increase the number to 6 or 7 in an hour?
I think so. I've got to learn to not talk so much, and
that's it.
Yeah.
So if you know the answer, then imagine if you just increased it from 5 to 7 in an hour. Then to get your 20, it wouldn't take you 4 hours. It would only take you 3. Because 3 times 7 is 21. You'd actually be at 29. Dale, on day 1, you got 0.
Yeah.
On day 2, you were at 3, and it seemed like, oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. But by day 4, you almost doubled your amount of leads. On day 3, you almost doubled your amount of leads from day 2. On day 4, you're sitting in a place now where you can see the reality now. Do you see that? Like, oh, okay, look, I just focused in. I did this technique. This works. I got a result. I could actually make my goal. I could actually surpass my goal even. Now, how incredible is it that 3 days ago, it looked like it was almost, and I know because I saw the expression on your face on day 2 when you came and you were like, oh, I don't want to say that I got 0. I don't want to tell them that I just made my list. Like, I don't want to tell them that I got 3 leads, right? Like that wasn't a big enough number. Or you did because you didn't meet what the goal that you set, right? It wasn't that anyone here was judging. It was all things that you thought that, right? It's a self-imposed thing. So imagine this growth just from a couple days of from nothing into, oh my gosh, I could surpass the goal that I even set for myself. And I didn't even realize that I could do this. And once you realize, this is the magic. Once you realize that you can do it, then you know it, then it makes this part easy. It makes getting on the video easy. It makes talking to the people easy because you're like, listen, I'm 100% sure I know a way that you can go and generate leads. You cannot spam people. You cannot, okay, listen, the 555 method, oh my God, I just figured it out. The 555 method is born out of my spamming. Because when I first came onto Facebook, the first like 45 days that I was on Facebook, I was in Facebook jail and I didn't understand why. I didn't know why. And I was in like 200 groups and I would just post massive links in all those groups. I wouldn't put just the same link, bam, 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 just auto massive post. And Facebook was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't understand why they keep putting me in Facebook jail. So the 555 came out of that. I was like, yo, I got to stop just spamming in these groups and actually go and do something, meet actual people. That's how the 555 was born. And it actually works just like Dale did it yesterday for an hour and got her 5 leads. Every single person that's actually done this has gotten a result. That's the amazing part. It's not like some people get a result and some people don't. This is 100% results that people are getting. What really actually matters is how much time and effort would you be willing to put in to doing the 555. So Dale, you know that you can go out and get 5 today, right? So yesterday we said the bare minimum was 3 because we knew 0 level you could get 3 leads just by posting in all those groups, right? Now we know that even with not even doing it before, with no coaching, like no live coaching one-on-one, just you freelancing, we know that just in an hour, you could get 5 leads. Okay, so now that's your 0 level. That's your 0 level because you know you could do it. And you know you could do it in an hour. So if you just keep on practicing, what you could do in an hour, you'll be able to double or triple or quadruple what you're doing now in an hour. You'll be able to get to 5 in like 15 minutes, right? Because this is it. Imagine this. You're spending 5 minutes talking to someone in a text, which is like a 20-minute phone call or like a half-hour phone call. The text should be, ready? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to break it down. It should be this simple, Dale.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? Whatever your icebreaker is, however you're saying, hi, how's it going, right? And then notice something about them. Hey, I noticed you're in Plexus, this company, that company, longevity, youngevity, guard, legal shield, right? Health and wellness, zippity zaps, bizzle bops, trippity trips, whatever they're in. I noticed that you're doing that. You know, I do a marketing newsletter that could probably help you. I'd love to get that over to you. That's it. You're instantly being an authority. I don't give a crap about the snow in Idaho. Who cares about their 3 kids and the skateboard and shit? Like, we're not here to just build rapport. That's not what the purpose of the 555 is. You can build rapport in your email messages to these people, in your welcome messages, in the information in the broadcast that you're sending in your newsletter. What you're doing is you're identifying human beings that are doing what you're doing or that may be in need of your assistance and going out and reaching out and saying, hey, I have some tools that I believe will be an assistance to you. How could I give those? I'd love to give those to you. And then they'll say, wow, thank you. And then you say, how could I get those over to you?
Right.
Cut the conversation down about Mary Sue and the cornfields and the bubblegum junction thing that happened last weekend. And right.
You were listening.
Right? Like, no one, okay, so check this out. All of that can happen after you get the lead.
Okay.
Right? Because check this out. All of that's for naught if you're not going to stay in communication with these people. Who cares if they went to the bubblegum social last Tuesday if they tell you to screw off in 3 minutes from now and you never talk to them again? Who cares? Right? It only matters that they went to the bubblegum social if you're going to keep on talking to them and build a relationship with them.
Right.
Then that's going to matter, right? Okay, so let's see. So I'm getting a couple okay, I don't know what that means, Doc. So come over. Hold on, let me see where he's at. I'm going to bring Robert over. Okay, so Dale, you're in a good position right now. Okay, you're in an excellent position. I want you to trim up what you're saying.
Okay.
And this is what you do you have like set hours that you work in the morning? Like I'm going to be on the computer from 8 to 12 or
yeah, I did. I figured that out, that I had to have a schedule. Yeah.
Okay. So do you work in the mornings?
In the mornings mostly.
Okay.
And then at night. Yeah.
And then in the evening. You take like a break during the midday.
In the middle of the day, yeah.
Because there's nothing going on.
Right.
Okay, so that's what I used to do too. Now I mostly just work in the morning, and I just I have enough work just by working in the morning that I don't always work at night, right? Like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on what's going on.
Right.
If I'm promoting something and there's a lot of action going, I'll work in the evenings because that's when everyone's home from their jobs, right?
Okay, right.
And then in the early morning time is when those of us that are at home, the home-based business people, are usually at their computers doing some stuff, right? It's like they're the most productive right now. By the time it gets to noontime, they're just, watching YouTube videos and playing Facebook shit. So it doesn't even matter. They're farmvilling or whatever, right?
Okay.
So this morning, just focus in on just 555. Okay. Doing exactly 555 and thinking, okay, in your mind, be thinking, this is what you should be thinking. I'm a runner. I need to go faster. The faster that I run each mile, the faster I'll be done running because I don't like running.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Even though it hurts, the faster that you run, it makes your lungs hurt and your body and your legs hurt more. The faster that you run, the faster pace, the faster you'll be done. Okay. Right? If you run 12-minute miles, you're just trudging your ass along. Right? You're like, oh, I'm never going to finish. But if you run 10-minute miles, that's 6 minutes off of that time that you're done sooner and you're done with it. So this is the thing. Think of it as this. The sooner that you finish 555, the sooner you can go do something else. Yes. If you have 3 hours to work this morning scheduled and you finish and you go get your 20 leads in the next 3 hours,
yes.
Right? If you go get 7 leads an hour for the next 3 hours, I'm telling you, you could go get 20 leads in an hour. I'm not kidding. I did a day where I did like, I don't know, some crazy amount, like 270 or some crazy. And I just all day, that's all I did. Hey, what's your email? Yeah, I got a newsletter. I'll send it to you. Boom. I'll send you my newsletter. Hey, I got a newsletter. I'd love to send that to you. Hey, you know what? I noticed that you're doing this. I'd love to send you over my newsletter. I think it could help you. Okay. I'm not selling them. I'm not doing anything. I'm just, hey, I got a great newsletter. I think it would help you in your marketing and help you promote your business. I'd love to get that to you. Right? I just started walking up to people and saying that. I didn't even give a shit about saying hi and I'm Bert and I noticed some shit. I just walked right up to them and I was like, hey, I noticed that you're in Plexus. I do a great marketing newsletter. I think it could help you out. I'd love to get that to you.
Wow. Okay.
And hey, what are they going to say? No, screw off. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what? So what if they say that? I don't care.
Next.
There's like a billion people on Facebook.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Because in my mind, I thought it doesn't matter if they don't talk to me today and they don't want my newsletter today, they're going to want it in a year from now. They're going to want it in 6 months from now. Because in 6 months from now, in a year from now, in 18 months from now, you're going to be Dale freaking Whiteside. They're going to be like, oh man, I should have got that Dale's newsletter 6 months ago before she was blowing it up. And she was like the lady that's taking over Canada. Right?
Right.
That's how you got to think. And when you think that way, you could go faster.
Okay.
So now you're in this position, Dale, where literally you have the opportunity now to get caught up or maybe even surpass if you do this. You only do lead generation. That's it. You spend all of your work time today doing 555, nothing else until you hit that goal, because then because nothing else on your list this week has been put on the goal list. So this is the only thing that really needs to get accomplished. Once you get this accomplished, then you can start making up new stuff, go play on Facebook, post in groups, make picture memes, make a video, do all kinds of other fun stuff. But until you do this, why would you want to do any? There's no reason to do any of that because you have nothing. Because you have no one to share it with.
That's right.
You have no one to share it with. It's just like you're talking to the air, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to go make a video for the no one that's on my list, right? For the 0 people on my list. But now you have 8 people. So now how do we get, okay, well, we need more than 8. So let's go get 8 more today. Let's go get 20 people today. Let's get caught back up because that's easy. You can get caught back up. And then tomorrow, right? Think about this. If you get caught up and spend all of your time today getting caught up, tomorrow, when you have 4 hours set aside for work, you'll only have to go get 7 leads. You can use the first, right? Like then you'll be on track. You use that first hour to go get your 7 leads. And then you have 3, check this out. Then you have 3 hours to go work on long-term lead building.
Yes.
Blog posts, videos, right? SEO. Ads, whatever you want to do to have something that's, out there for a longer period of time that's generating leads coming in, then you can do that because you already generated the daily leads that you required per your goal. And now you've got a system in place where every day I just get on for an hour and that time is going to shrink, right? Because you won't be doing 4 or 5 5-5s. What if you just were able to shrink it by 3 sessions?
Yes.
And it was only 45 minutes and you could get your 7. Hey, that's cool because that's an extra 15 minutes that you got to go have a cup of tea and read a book. Literally. You could go read for 15 minutes a day and have a cup of tea that you saved. Or what if you could cut it to a half an hour and you have a whole half hour now of personal development time? Or what if you spent the whole hour still doing it and you just doubled the amount of leads that you were creating?
Good plan.
Right? So there's so many, you have multiple options. And what I really want you to, what we really are, I want to key in on is that if you notice that from day 1, and let's go back so you can see this visually, whoops, because it's so powerful. If we go back and we look at day 1, at the end of day 1, we're at 0 leads, right? And then even at the end of day 2, we're just at 3 leads. Like, oh man, are we going to be able to make our goal, right? But now at day 3, barely, not even halfway through, we're at 8. So all of a sudden we went from, we tripled from day 1 to day 2. And then from day 2 to day 3, we almost doubled. And now from day 3 to day 4, where are we going to be, right? What's going to happen today? If we know we can get at least 5 in an hour, how many hours will Dale go today? We don't know. But we're going to find out tomorrow, right? We're going to find out tomorrow. And normally, we would do a featured Friends of Free Daily Coaching tomorrow with Chris Schaus. And so I spoke with Chris yesterday. She talked to me and she called me up. We talked. And so we decided that what we're going to do is we're going to finish out this series on goal setting, on showing you how you can set these goals and really start to grow your business and develop yourself as you're developing your business. And so tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to go over this new, the new Friends of FDC site. Okay, we're going to go over that. We're going to show you the goals and the outline that I had set up, my Laura, right, and my step-through-step process. We're going to, I'll type it up for you on PDF so you can see it, right? I'll take it from the notepad. I'm old-fashioned. I mostly always do this still, which I got to get away from and start doing it on the computer more so I don't have to double do it. But there's something about writing it for me that makes it more solid. Like I like to write the information from my head. So I don't like to write it, but when I do, it's more solid. Let me rephrase that. So we'll go over all of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check in with Dale again, and we're going to make a 5-day check-in because Dale's goal is a 7-day goal. You guys, you won't see what happens on Saturday and Sunday with Dale until next Friday. Okay?
Oh, that's right.
So next Friday, a week from tomorrow, for our, if Dale will agree to participate, a week from tomorrow, we'll have Chris Schaus will be doing her featured Friend of Free Daily Coaching, and we'll feature Dale, and we'll come back and we'll look at the entire breakdown of what she was able to accomplish. So tomorrow, so that's why this is so critical, Dale, today.
Okay.
Right? Today is a critical, A, so you could show everyone, but B, because if you catch up today, then tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, when we're not here to check in every day, when we're not here to be accountable, it's not going to be as big of a deal because you already are going to have set your accountability. You're already going to have reached your goal, and you're going to be on track to meet your end goal. If not, probably surpass that goal.
Right.
Right? Because that's what it looks like. Realistically, if you go out and do this today, this morning, you have the ability and the skill set right now, and with another few hours of practice today, you have the ability to position yourself right now to already be ahead of the mark by the end of today.
That sounds great.
So I'm super excited. I'm super proud of you. I'm super, super excited to see that the progress that you've made, and the fact that you're here every morning and stuck through it. This shows that you could literally start from zero and behind. And literally you were behind for the first 2 days, like, oh my gosh, I'm behind. But now, and yesterday when it was like, oh, I could go get 14, I could still tell when I was talking to you yesterday, you were like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, I could get 14. I got 3 yesterday. How will that be possible? But then this morning, the look in your eyes was like, hey, I'm to 8 already. Like I got 5 yesterday, right? And then when you said you did it in an hour, that was the magic. That you got it in only an hour. So what if you just spend 2 or 3 hours today and go and get to your goal, right? And we said this yesterday, but this is real today.
Right.
Before you go and rest your head on your pillow this evening, make sure that you're at 28.
Okay.
Not 26, not 27, and the guy that's going to sign up tomorrow morning. 28 is the minimum number.
Okay.
But once you hit 28, you're free, right? You could go have an ice cream sundae, you could have a diet soda, you could smoke a cigarette, whatever your vice is. At 28, you could go have your treat, right? But until then, just go 5-5-5 it and do it. Dale, do it so that you could prove to yourself that you can do it. And then when you prove it to yourself, then we can position this and we can show people how 4 days ago, I was getting 0 leads a day, and today I'm getting 20 leads a day.
Yes.
That's a big difference. Do you think that someone else that's getting 0 leads a day is going to listen to you if you can say, I can show you how I got 0 leads 3 days ago, and today I generated 20 leads, and I can show you exactly how.
Right. Huge difference.
Huge difference. So go and do that, Dale.
Okay.
Thank you for being so courageous. And
you guys
over
are
here.
tough.
Yeah, you're doing it. So keep on doing it, and we will see you tomorrow morning. For all of you that have joined us here at Free Daily Coaching, if you're watching on YouTube or watching a recording, visit us over at www.freedailycoaching.com, where you can register, hang out with us live, participate, be a part of the Q&A, and get our live updates so that you can stay in the loop on when our next calls will be and our next webinars will be. We'll see you guys the next time.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.